Welcome everyone to S1 Buakhao and Sport Bar here in Soi Buakhao, Pattaya, here in the Kingdom of Thailand. This is day 2 of the S1 High Roller singles event, 10-ball tournament. 96 players we started this weekend with. Now we're down to around half that, thereabouts. Up next we have Tum Sid versus Prue. This is a handicap match. Tum Sid has a 1-game head start. Prue breaks off, makes a ball in the left-hand side pocket. And up table you got the 1, 2, 3, 5. Below the side pocket you got the 4, 6, 7, 9, and the 10. No clusters and no balls are on the rail. He does not have a potting angle on the 1. And he's got a banking angle though, and there you go. Nicely done, Prue. I've seen Prue before, but I have not seen him play that I can recall. I've watched so many matches. But that was a pretty sporty shot to open the match. And looking pretty sporty here. Goes a little far on that 2 ball. Now he's got and is that a snooker cue in his hand? I'm not sure. Undercut. White ball comes down, taps the 10 off of its perch on the foot spot. And Tum Sid to shoot. Tum Sid shoots a 3 but does not pot the 3, so white ball comes down below the side pockets, creating a problem with the 4-9 you can see on your left hand side of the screen there. Yeah, but no potting angle for Prue. So Prue's going to break up the party here with the 3. Now you got the 3, 4, 9 got kicked down table, and he left a combination for Tum Sid. I'm going to call him Tum. Tum pots the 4, but I don't know if he's got. Yeah, he does, but he's jacked up over that 9. Bam! Shoots it hard. 3 kicks off the knuckle and back down table. Prue returns with 6 balls left on the table. Up table you got the 5 and the 10. Down table the 3, 6, 7, and the 9. And he plays containing safety of sorts, but did leave a potting angle for Tum. And you see Tum pointing to the pocket. Thank you for that. This is 10-ball, not 9-ball. Got to call the ball and call the pocket, but he undercuts the 3, so Prue returns. Yeah, you see a lot of players missing on these tight 4-inch pockets. Watching it all weekend. Got to get used to the tight equipment. That's all I can say. I used to have a table with 4-inch pockets, and there's an adjustment period. And the matchroom guys that were here for the tournament a 3 weeks ago, a lot of those guys are used to this tight equipment. They made it kind of look easy, but these guys are just getting used to these new dimensions, and it takes time. You got to practice, you got to adjust, all that happy stuff. Prue pots in the 5, is on the 6, open hand bridge, nicely struck. On the 7, 9 balls also down table. Seven ball disappears. 2 balls left. Nine ball down. White ball comes out just underneath the center table position. ball deposited. Powell has won. If you're not familiar with the rules of 10 ball, it's like 9 ball with one more ball, but there's caveats. With 9 ball, you can hit the lowest number ball on the table, drive anything into a pocket, and it counts, including the 9. If you pot the 9, it is a game-winning shot playing 9 ball. With 10 ball, you have to nominate the ball and the pocket. So there's no, there's flukes, but not in a traditional sense. As Powell breaks off, pretty good break, but didn't get any reward. Nice spread of the balls. They're all like at least a diamond away from the any cushion. And kind of clustered in the center table like a 10-ball flower or something. But no clusters, and yeah, like I said, no balls even close to a rail. And Powell pots the 1, brings white ball center line above the center table for the blue 2 in the lower right-hand corner pocket. Brings it over to the left side of the 3. Almost scratched, but he caught the knuckle. And he's going to try to cut this 3 into the side pocket, but he caught the knuckle. Would have had a look at the 4. But Tum back at the table. Reverse English on that. He's playing a 10. I promise you. Yeah, he's pointing. I've played Tum once or twice, and like I said, I've seen Powell. I don't remember watching him play. And he almost banks the 10 in the right hand corner pocket, but nothing falls. So, and he gets a snooker. 10 ball snookered the white. White ball stayed down table. The 4 is probably less. You probably can't fit a ball in between that pink 4 and the cushion. So that's what we call a big ball. But Powell missed the contact on the 4, so Tum has ball in hand. Some other differences between 9 ball and 10 ball if you're new to the game. If you fluke a ball playing 10 ball, in other words, you pot a ball in a pocket you did not call, like a 3-rail bank or something, try and play safe and the ball falls in, something like that. The player has the option of playing the table as it lays or giving it back to the shooter. Kind of like a push out. Other than that, I mean, if you can count to 10, you can play 10 ball. Now you know. Seven ball down. 8 ball down. 1 ball comes up. He's not got the full pocket. A lot of these missed, but not this time. He gets that 9 ball past the 10. No touching, no moving anything. And he's on the 10. 10 ball down. Tum has 2. breaks off. Scratches. 2-ball falls.
Table 24, Hardy and I. Table
Ball in hand
24,
for
after
Tum. Rolls forward from the for the 3 in the upper right-hand corner pocket. The 2, the 4 is a couple inches away, a little more from the little left-hand side pocket. All the other colors are down table. Most of them are on the left-hand side of the table, except for the 10. Getting on this 5. It's probably the key shot right here. And I'm not sure what happened there, but the 4-ball remains on the table. Powell returns with a long stretch. Screws back for the alley in between the 6 and the 9. I think he got there. Yep, sure did. Yeah, from what I've seen, this young man, very, very solid fundamentals just thus far. 4 games in. Very nice cueing action. Very little extraneous body movement. And seemingly a pretty good knowledge of how things work on the pool table, as well as the snooker table. You see his shirt there. He's played in, I think he played in the same 6-red tournament that I did a few months back. I'm sure he did better than I did. Nobody did worse than I did. It was my first time playing 6-red. It was a fun time, though. Fun to try new things, and he's got good white ball control. I am impressed thus far. And he seems to possess a quiet, calm demeanor about him. Look at that smooth little stroking action there. Straight in on the 10. 10-ball deposited. Powell has 2. Tum to break. Scratch. Got some balls falling off the breakoff though this match. I've seen at least 3 of the 5 breakoffs result in balls being potted, but the white ball's also gone down, so. The balls are falling with a little bit more regularity here in this match, but this weekend they just haven't been falling on the break with regularity. Again, it's a function of the tighter equipment, the cloth, the CPBA Shark Gray Royal class cloth is no longer as slippery, as slidey as it was when I first installed them about 3 weeks ago. Now goes forward 2 rails, little top English. The 5's available on the right-hand side of the table unless you're snookered. And caught the knuckle, trying to escape that 7. And in the course of doing so, he overcut the ball into the knuckle. The 4 kicks up table, and now Tum back at the table with no viable shot. Unless you're going to try, let's see, lining up here. Combination attempt, because he wanted the 7 to avoid the 5, and he did so, but in the course of doing so, caught the knuckle and the 7 hangs up in the upper left-hand corner pocket. So now, obviously you're going to need the rest, and maybe an extension as well. Seems like the best thing to do is kind of overcut that 4 into the 5, into the 7. Should leave the... Yeah, see, that wouldn't have happened if you would tap the 5. The 7 was going to go anyway, I think. So now you got issues. There ain't nothing you can do here. Some type of safety perhaps, but not easy. So he may have an angle to go rail first. Double kiss. An intentional double kiss. Yeah, I'm impressed with this young man. Very, very high pool IQ shot right there. 5 is down, he's on the 6, 4 balls remain. Yeah, nothing really flashy, but just rock solid pattern play. And cueing. Very, very repeatable cueing action I'm seeing thus far. Screws back. I think he's playing the 10 off of the 9, or maybe the 9 can sneak past. But he called something in the side. Okay, now we know. 9 ball went inside. Power down to the 10. 10 ball deposited. Powell has 3.
Jacob and Nong, table 22 upstairs,
Powell breaking off. He grabbed a random break cloth. He made a couple balls on 2 breaks already, but he wanted to use the break cloth. That time, nothing did fall. 7 out of the 10 balls are on the left of center line. Up table, you've got the 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Down table, you've got the 4, 5, 8, 9, and the 10. As Tum rolls in the 1, got a nice angle to come out for that red 3. Like that. A little easy 2-rail position there. Now I just got to avoid that whole mess on the left-hand side of the pocket for position. And a mess on the right side of the pocket. Table as well, but he got himself behind the 10. So he's going to go rail first into this 4. Good hit, legal shot, gets a rail after contact. It goes. Just enough to pot this ball. Maybe just a little spin, little left-hand spin, but he has changed cues. So, pots in the 4. Is he going to switch back? No. He grabbed something. And he's on the 5. 6 balls remain. Nice shot. Yeah, this man is dangerous. I've concluded. Watch out for this guy. Bring your A game, all that happy stuff. Because he just looks like a ball potting machine here. Nothing flashy, but everything steady. Very steady. Slow ball down. Nice, just white ball action in general. Four balls remain. 7 balls up table, the 8-9 is down table, the 10 is in between the side pockets right of center, about a diamond away from that right hand side bag. And he's deciding whether he wants to just pop it and stop it or screw back and try to get shorter distance on the 8. He's digging down. And miscue, foul shot. Ball in hand for Tum. Tum puts the 7. Nice position on the 8. Nice close range, about a diamond away. And used a little spin to bring that white ball out for a little bitty cut shot on the 9. Natural angle to come around. 3 cushions, 1, 2, 3. In this case, he's in line for the corner. Upper right hand corner, that is. Ball down. Tum Sid has 3. Tum Sid shooting at the 1 after breaking off, made a ball, but safety on the 1. So power turns, freshly chalked tip, I'm sure, and he's chalking a little bit more. Yeah, it looks like a snooker, at least. Narrow tip, 10 millimeters, maybe less. You can look at the tip and tell it's. Some pool players like the really narrow shafts as well. I know Oscar Dominguez used a cue with like a 10 or 11 millimeter tip. Watch out, white ball, it's going to go. And then he, last I think 10 years, now he uses like a standard 12.4, 12.5. Based on my knowledge, I know him a little bit from back in the day, but I don't know him well. But I heard him talking about it in an interview or something. Because I remember in San Diego, he used to come down to the tournaments, play there. I'd go up to LA, play in the tournaments up there. And we didn't really know each other, but I knew his dad, played against his dad. And they're very hard-working people. I mean, they are table mechanics. They were legendary. They shortened up the pockets. Most of the tables in LA. And they all played as good as you can, as good as those Brunswicks could be. They made them as best as they could be. Anyway, back to the game at hand here. Powell's on the 4. Sorry for that little diversion. And Oscar, if you're listening, how you doing? Hope all is well. or Ernesto for that matter. Ernesto still plays good. He won a tournament last year. He's like 69 years old. He's still winning tournaments. How is that guy not in the Hall of Fame? I will never know. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. Oh, a little undercut by Powell. And the 5's going to be available for Tum. The 5, there's 4-inch pockets. Strike again, rejecting the offerings of the object balls. Nice shot, white ball, not gonna scratch, but he's out of line. He didn't want to. I don't think he wanted to hit that 10 with the white. So now. There's a carom shot on the 8 on the side. That's what he's pointing at. The 8's not far away. It's got a natural angle to go into it like that. However, the 6 ball got away. Always a risk when you're shooting off-angle combinations, especially at lower speeds. You just, you hit it a little thick in the pocket, then the angle changes on the second object ball, or the first one, I should say. So he's going to play containing safety, try to come down behind that 7, or at least left him long, and he's got about 8.5 feet distance between the white and the green ball, but position will not be guaranteed. That 10 ball could play a role. And Tum overcuts the 6, so Powell will return. He's got a nice angle on the 6 to get on the 7. Six ball down, white ball flutters down table for the 7. 7 ball deposited. He's on the 10. And Tum says, it's all right, you don't got to shoot that. So, Powell has 4. And they're stepping away. I will be back in a couple minutes. And we are back. Tum breaks off, and nothing fell. Or excuse me, Powell broke off. Tum is shooting. He shot the 1, brought the white ball 3 rails for a cut shot on the blue 2. And he played a safety but did not get safe on the blue 2. So Powell's got a nice look at this. The scoreline is 4-3 and a race to 8. 2 ball deposited. Now this is going to be, these are always kind of vexing shots for me. This distance screwing back. Let's see how Powell does. He goes forward. I don't know if he escaped that. I don't think he escaped that 7, so he snookered. I thought he was going to screw back, but he went forward. And those shots need, seems like a little more power than a draw stroke. But the cueing action is different as he kicks, gets rail after contact, legal shot. Tum is on the rail here. He's got kind of a back cut on the 4. White ball's going to be going in the general direction of the 5, but he rattles the 4. So Powell returns with 7 balls left on the table. Pots the 4, but does not have position on the 5. Real close to it, maybe 1/4 of an inch separating the white ball and the. I think he's just going to tap it to the rail and just. No, he went for distance and he got it. Good safety. Used that 8 as a blocker. So Tum back at the table. Let's see, 2 rails. Got to be shooting 2 rails at this. 1, 2 into 5, gets a rail after contact, leaving Powell with a jacked up opportunity. That 7 ball there. But the 6 is available in his side. He's not snooker. Gonna have a good look at that as he pots the 5 in, rolls forward, rolls sideways to the side rail and back out for the 6. 6 ball positive, goes to the top rail and back out. A very elegant white ball action, I guess. That's how I would describe what I've seen thus far from Powell. Just nice, gentle white ball action. Just gets nice pattern play, I would say. Natural angle just to come to the top rail. Watch out, watch out. 10 ball. Did he get himself? I think he did. Yeah, he got himself. I thought he was going to try to stay to the left of that 10. But I think he was kind of undecided and kind of ended up in the middle type of deal. I do that more than I care to mention. And yeah, you're down on the shot, but you're not fully committed to which side of the ball you want to be on, and then you end up in the middle. And that's a foul shot. Hit the 10 first. So ball in hand for Tum. The back screws back, didn't have to do much of a white ball there. 10 ball on the side, 10 ball down. Tum Sid has 4. 4-4 and a race to 8. This is alternate break format. 10 ball. Golden breaks are not allowed. If you pot the 10 off of the break off, it spots up on the foot spot, or if there's a ball on the foot spot, then it spots directly behind that ball, touching that ball on the center line. 3 foul rule. They did away with that rule in Pattaya, with the exception of matchroom events. They were using those rules, the 3 foul rule and the golden break is okay rule. In the matchroom event we had here, the World 9-Ball Tour ranking event, first of its kind in Thailand. They had 160 of the world's best players over a 5-day period. That's a lot of fun. They had a lot of fun calling that tournament. So Powell, long range look at the one. And he just plays a containing safety, right ball up table, 1 ball down table, maybe 5.5 feet away. So he plays a return safety, no snooker, but left him long. And I don't think, from this angle, it does not look like the one passes, but he pointed to something. He was playing the 10. He was trying to cut the one into the 10. And he did do so, but not as such to pot the ball. Now, Tum's over the 5. And he makes sure he hit the ball and got a rail. Sometimes that's the best you can do when you got that awkward cueing when you're over a ball like that. Powell has a nice angle, nice little white ball movement. Nothing fancy, not too much power, just enough. And the 3 is available in the upper right. The 4 is also up table, as is the 5 and the 7. The 6 is in between the side pockets, left of center. Down table, you got the 9 and the 10 near the bottom rail, but not on the bottom rail. And you are up to date. 3 ball down. Nice angle on the 4 to come across for that 5 in the upper right. Very smooth cueing action. Very repeatable stroke. Yeah, he's using a very, very small diameter tip width. And that's a preference. That is a preference. Snooker, the balls are smaller, and as I found out, using a 12.5 millimeter cue in a snooker tournament is not the best choice. You can't screw back hardly at all. Smaller balls will miscue or something. Angle to come off, just coaxes that ball in, and he is there, he's on that 9. Slowly rolls it in, make sure the white ball doesn't get away, and he's on the 10. Tum concedes the game. Powell has 5. Breaks off, nothing falls, but now the 2 finally goes down, so balls are starting to fall on the break off. But no look at a potable angle for the 1. White ball's down below the side pockets. Up table you got the 1, the 3, and the 5. Below the side pockets you got the 4, 2, 7, 6, 8. 9 and the 10. Safety, and a good one. He might have left a potting angle for the combination, the 1-3 combination. And overcut the 1. Of course, in doing so, move the 5 to the right-hand side of the table, also up table. So now up table, you got the 1-3 and the 5. No clusters, no balls are on the rail. And we got a 1-3 combination in our future here. I'll make sure one didn't get away, but he's got an angle. They have to really cut this ball kind of backwards, or bank. And the white ball rolled just a little farther than it would have liked. But no problem for him. Cuts that ball in, brings the white ball down for the 4 in the side. Left-hand side, that is. The 5 is on the right-hand side of the table. Above the side pockets, off the cushion, maybe half a dime or so. But he went into the cushion and snookered himself behind the 7. The 7. So he's going to go 2 rails on 2, but he did not contact the orange 5. So that's a foul shot. You know what happens there. Tum on 5, stretched out a little bit. Long bridge, screws back off the cushion, down table for the 4, excuse me, the 6. Ball deposited. Look at that white ball. I really like. He's a little out of line, but I like that white ball action. Both these players, really. Nothing real fancy, but very effective. 3 balls remain. All 3 are down table as the 8 falls. 9 ball, you can just pop it and stop it or come up a little bit like that. And Tum is battling ghosts or something. Must be a ghost in here. Swatting it away. 10 ball down. 5-5. Ha ha! To break off. Got a race to 3 from this point. He's breaking off with an open hand bridge, dead center. 6 ball falls. Nice break. But again, 1 white ball down. The 1 ball is up table. Also the 4, the 7, and the 9. Below the side pockets. So in between the side pockets, you got the 2 left of center. Below the side pockets, you got the 3, the 5, the 8, and the 10. And he tried to shave that ball to the left and used the rest of the energy to propel that white ball down table, but in the course of doing so, he missed the ball entirely. Easy to do from that distance. So Powell with ball in hand. 9 balls on the table. I think he was trying to get position for the side. I'm not sure. So he's going to play the 2 in the lower left-hand corner pocket, or try to. But catches 3 and the 8. And don't know if the 8 got him. No, he's got a pot angle. He tried to go under, and he did, but he couldn't escape the 3 on its way for position in the lower left. So now he's got to look at the upper right. I think he's just going to play safety. Is he going to get a rail? Yes, he will. Combination safety. Get the 3 into the 7 into the cushion. But Powell's got to look at this. He's got a clearance back to neighbor. White ball, not going to get behind that 9. He's on the 4, about a diamond away, a little more. And he's got to bring that white ball down table a little bit for the 5. Brings the white ball just to the right of center table in between the side pockets for an angle on the 5 on the lower left. Nice natural angle to come up for that 7 like that. But he wanted a little more out of that. A little more out of that. Now he's stretched out. Quite a bit. White ball is above the side pockets. Misses the 7. Hit it thick. Hit it thick. So Tum back at the table. 4 balls to go. Scoreline 5-5 and a race to 8. And he's got to come back down for this 8 ball. But he hit it thick as well. So the 7 ball still hanging out near the upper right, off the cushion. The 8-foot shot right here, long bridge. Pots, he's 7. He's got about a 7-foot shot, 7.5-foot shot, something like that on the 8, and he's fairly straight. 9 balls above the side pockets, more than a diamond away from any cushion. Look at that stroke. All the way up table. Almost. That's a nice draw stroke right there. A little more power than he wanted. But he strokes through the ball very well. Safety, containing safety. Get that 9 near the center diamond and close as possible to that rail. Ball just barely bounces off. So long shot for 2. Side to side safety, but the 9 ball is going to be available, I think. Yeah, for this side there. I think he was wanting to hit that a little more thin to bring the 9 ball to the cushion, but it went a little far. So Powell pots in the duck. Side pocket, and he's down on the 10. 10 ball deposited. Powell has 6. Breaking off from the left-hand long rail, using the optional break cloth. 1 ball down the side. White ball's going to go though in the upper right. Up table, you got the 2 and the 5. Below the side pockets, you have all the remaining colors. The 10 ball has been kicked to the right-hand side of the table, down below the side pockets, about a diamond and a half away from that lower right-hand corner pocket, off the rail. Tum on the 2. Lots in the 2. Yeah, nice white ball action there. White ball just came down like it was on a string for, I think, a pretty good angle on this 3 to get on the 4. But maybe he's got more angle than I can tell. A lot of obstacles, and he ran into one of them. Ran into the 8. Snookered behind the 9. So he points to the lower left and try to kick this ball in. Or at least hit it. If you don't hit it, you can't pot it. And second time around, gets the rail after contact. That's a good shot. Put him on the rail. Doesn't really have much offensively speaking, so I think he's going to do a containing safety of sorts, but it comes back down. It's going to work out for him, but I don't think he was trying to do that. Tum's going to do a return safety here. Like that, close range, but 100% snooker. So Powell has to reach a little bit. Get to that white ball going to the rail, but he missed the 4 entirely. Pots the 4. 5's up table available from almost anywhere. And of course, doing so, kick that 6 ball down near the center diamond off the bottom cushion. 5 ball is all lonely up there by itself. The other 5 balls are down table. He's going forward, I think. Rail first, actually. Yeah, the screwback was a bridge too far. Powell, knock knock. He's calling the 10. And hits a 10, but does not pot the 10. White ball comes down. No potting angle for the 5, but there's blockers there. But he's got a potting angle in the upper right, and that's what upper left, excuse me, and that's what he called. He's going to make the shot, I think. No, it hangs up. That was ultra slow ball control because he didn't want the white ball to get away. He still wanted to have a look at that 6. Couldn't draw back because of the rail. This 5, he's gonna hit it, gonna make it, but he's got a long way from that 6. So he's gonna kick at it from the right rail. 9 balls in the way. Good hit, rail after contact, and rearrange things on the left-hand side of the table a little bit. So now all 5 balls are below the side pockets. A bank here if he so chooses, but he chooses a safety option. Left him long, using the 9 or possibly. There's the blocker. Powell tries to pot the ball, but it rattles out. And Tum is calling the 6 in the lower left, so it must go. Watch out, 9 ball. 9 ball's going to get in the way. Maybe. You can try to bend around it here. Little left-hand spin. No, wasn't trying to pot that ball, just trying to hit that ball, make a legal shot. Let Powell try to clean up these remaining colors. Powell down on 7. Oh my, rails out again. Yeah, these pockets are giving these players fits. Not just these players. Every match let's see. This is my 10th match of the weekend, or 11th, something like that. And yeah, these players are missing. These pockets are unforgiving. Just no two ways about it. Tum down the 8, screws back pretty far, goes way past the headstring up table. He's shooting out of the pocket here. Kind of like a spot shot we used to practice. Same type of angle. Shots come up all the time. And the 9 ball does not fall. So Powell has 6. Trying to get on the hill here. 2 balls remain on the slate, but 9 ball down, but he's put himself on the cushion on the left-hand side of the table there. No problem for him. He rolls forward. 10 ball down. Powell has 7. He's on the hill. Players have stepped out back in a couple minutes. The players have returned to the arena. Scoreline 7-5. Tum Sid to break. Breaks up, nothing's gonna fall except for the 1, and he's on the 2. It's kind of a time delay deal. So used to calling dry breaks. Expect nothing to fall, but this time it did, and he's got a nice look at the 2 as he pots in the 2. Where's the 3 going? He's gonna cut it try to cut it triple backwards. This lower left coming right at you on your screen. But he disturbed the 4 or the 7 and does not have a potting angle. But he's called the combination that he's going to go rail first into the 4, into the 7, try to pot 7 in the right hand side pocket. Like that. But 4 ball, where are you 4? Ooh, just opened up that pocket for the pink 4 ball. And just rattles in. Now he's in line for a clearance after a little bit of trouble, but he's recovered nicely thus far. He needs 3 games. White ball spins. 2 cushions up table, almost to the head string. He's in line for a bank shot here. Upper left, I believe. Or a safety. He kind of did kind of an in-between shot, and Pow, knock. That's opportunity knocking. 4 balls to go to close out this match. He's sitting on the hill. But that is not going to do the trick, I don't think. I don't know if that was a miscue or what, but he ended up with the white ball next to the 8 ball. I don't think it's frozen, but I can't see. He's got to play a safety some kind of way. Best you can do, just get a rail after contact. Pretty good one. I mean, you can, of course, bank the 8. Try to. But those are not the easiest shots in the world. And he banks off the bottom rail, off the side rail. Now all 3 balls are on the right hand side of the table. Cow returns. And he's got about 8 feet of distance between this white ball and the 8. Pots the 8, goes forward with top spin. No side spin, just top spin. And he's on the 9. And I believe he can just stop this ball right there and shoot the 10 in the upper right. Like that. Close range. Not straight in though, not straight in. Still has to make that 10 ball travel past the knuckles of the side pocket. Travel about 7 feet to that upper right. And he is down on the 10. Overcut. But he took care of the white. Look at the white. Near the center diamond on the cushion, so about 8 feet of distance, shooting off of the rail. So you can only shoot the top 33% of the surface of the white ball when it's on the rail. Drastically limits your options. He's going rail first. It was dead straight. He didn't like the dead straight angle, so he tried to kick it in, but 10 ball still remains above the side pockets. Powell's got a shot in the left-hand side bag, and he caught both knuckles too. Meanwhile, the white ball, where are you going? By night. Scratch. Concedes the game. Tum Sid has 6. 8-6 scoreline. Excuse me. Pow to break off from the left side. One ball on the side pocket, and he's gonna have a look at the 2. Have a look at the 2. 9 balls left on the table. Up table, you have the 2, 3, 5, 6, 4. 9 is just above the side pocket on the left side of the table, maybe an inch and a half away from the ledge. Down table, you got the 7, 8, and the 10 sitting on the foot. Excuse me, just below the foot spot. With 10 ball, the 1 ball is racked on the foot spot. With 9 ball, the 9 ball is racked on the foot spot, and the 1 is above. Similar, but different. 3 ball down, he's got a 4-9 combination here. 9 ball rolls in. The 3's maybe an inch away or so from the 4. The 5's all up table, as is the 6, but he's stretched out, and you gotta watch those colors because it's fouling all balls. So if you disturb any of the balls for any reason other than, from a pool shot, that's a foul. But he avoided that. 5 balls left on the table. The 5 ball goes down, but he didn't get quite enough out of that white. He was stretched out a little. And that's what happens so many times. When you're stretched out, you just don't stroke through the ball as well. Balance is affected, different muscle groups and so on. So he cuts it in anyway using the rest. White ball comes down, taps the 10. He's got to look at the 7 in the side or the corner. I think he's going to try for the side pocket myself. As the white ball just rolls forward, and you're going to have a good look at the 8. But different players have different preferences. Yeah, he went inside. White ball rolls up to the head string almost, and he's got a little angle to bring the white ball to the right a little bit, but not enough, and this 8 ball rattles out of the lower left-hand corner pocket, so Tum has another chance here. I don't know if this 8 ball banks in the side. He's called it crossover bank. A little left-hand spin. Most players play that way. This type of shot, but he double kissed. Yeah, it was a real tight angle to try to do that. White ball comes up, taps the right-hand long rail, and Powell. Opportunity beckons. 2 balls to go. Plays containing safety, and look at the white ball. Made sure he put the white ball on that cushion again, just off a little bit. Leaving a tester for 2. And pesky 8 just will not fall. Just wants to hang around with the 10 for some reason. Here's almost the same shot he had last inning. This time he's straight. He screws back. He's not messing around with trying to slide across. He just made sure he had a good look at the 10. Pow, down on the 10. 10 ball down. White ball is not going to scratch. Pow, winner. Scoreline 8-6. Back in a few minutes with match number 3.